Hey, how you doing? Today, KFC. Stuffed and got some chicken tenders. Combo. Let's see what we have here. Biscuit. Fries. Chicken tenders. Three of them, as a matter of fact. Yeah. Now I've got my honey mustard sauce and, of course, my iced tea. Fries aren't too bad. A little bit of seasoning on the fries there, not bad. Pretty tasty. Typical for KFC. And the tea isn't bad either. So the other day, I was cleaning out my car, and in the door pocket, I found my little container of change. Plastic container I used to keep change in. I used to use one of those old tin Band-Aid containers. Had the little tin flip lid on it. That worked pretty good for keeping change in. Then I started to think to myself, how much change do you need in a car? What's the right amount of change, you know? Well, it used to be a lot more back when that's all you had to pay for toll booths. Back in the 70s and 80s, you know. And that was true even in the 90s. Still pretty much was the same. all the states got more and more toll roads because that's what they use the money for, is maintaining the roads and expanding the toll roads and stuff like that. You could get away from toll roads. You didn't have to take them. But if you didn't, the roads you had to use were slower. They had stoplights on them, and they ran through commercial districts and stuff. Toll roads are faster. Also, back then, you had to know where the toll roads were. Especially like you go to a new town, you don't really know exactly where all the toll roads are. But you find out quick enough. There was no GPS or anything that told you, hey, there's a toll road on this pass. No, you just looked at your map, which had the toll roads marked on it, and then you went that way. So, being practical and wanting to get there as quick as you could, you took the toll road. And then it tells you how much it is. And for a lot of people, like when I was in Virginia Beach, there's a lot of toll bridges and tunnels and stuff like that in that area. And you could end up where you're using those on your way to work and on your way back home from work. So it's really common. But the lines were always backed up going through those toll roads. Because you had the ones too where it would be a bucket that would funnel your change. You throw your change in there, it would funnel your change down, count it up, and then it would send you a little green light signal or a red light signal, which it was on all the time, and let you know, okay, you're clear, you paid your toll, head on through. But always somebody in front of me would be throwing their quarter or whatever into that basket and miss. And then get out of their car to look for the quarter that they missed with. There was a lot of reasons why they got slowed down by people, but they were slow just by nature. Every car had to stop, roll their window down, throw the coins in there, and head back out. on busy roads. But that's the way it was. There was no way around it. You had to take the roads. Well, until now, with electronic stuff, you can get around it. Those places can replace everything, get up to the age that we're in now, where you use Easy Pass or something and you just drive, straight drive. You don't even have to stop, like even on the large toll roads. Just go in the Easy Pass lane and keep going. But you always had to have cash on you. You know, of course, you can always carry bills in your wallet and stuff. Change, it was a different story. I didn't, as a rule, I didn't carry a lot of change with me, so I kept it in the car. You would just sort of accumulate it. Like, say you went into a little convenience store to get a iced tea or something, give the person a bill or two, get the change, and then I would just take the change and throw it in my little compartment or my change box, and that way I had it when I needed it. Back when toll roads were all cash, you would be driving up, say, a highway, and a lot of times they would be marked last exit before toll. So if you didn't have cash for that toll road, you had to exit off of there and, of course, get cash. Of course, some of the time was back before you could just jump off of an exit and hit a convenience store that had an ATM or something. Because for parts of the 70s and 80s periods, there weren't even ATMs to get cash. And that's why I say you had to plan ahead. If you were making a trip, especially to somewhere new, you had to make sure, because you knew toll roads were going to be there, you had to make sure you had the cash on hand to do it. It wasn't like today. Easy Pass is used in this area. They have different names. They're just vehicles equipped with the little RFID reader that's where it talks to the transponders when you're going through toll roads. It's a whole different story today, because before that, it was a bit of a nightmare. You know, you'd be in a deep line. Well, first of all, even to get to the right line, because they'd be marked like, you know, cash only, might be 2 lanes over here, and then exact change. You know, so they might have the little baskets that you could use for exact change where you throw the money in there. But some were full service where you could just pay with bills and the guy would give you your change. They had the toll booth attendant at those lanes. You might have 6 or 8 lanes of these toll booths, and it might work out that in the traffic you were on this side and the 2 with the toll booth attendants were over there. Now you had to get across 5 or 6 lanes with heavy traffic to get in the right lane. Even that, it worked, but it wasn't real fast. And then eventually you would get stuck behind somebody who would pull up, roll down their window, talk to the toll booth attendant, get their pay and stuff, get their change back, and then they would be sitting there asking directions. Because you could tell by the way the toll booth attendant was talking, he was pointing to a certain direction or something, trying to get them directions so they move on out of the toll booth, because there's already, you know, 15, 20 cars in line waiting to get through, while this guy's asking for directions at the toll booth. Things always slowed those down. But since the early 90s, when we got Easy Pass, and it started coming out then and got better and better over time. Now, with the transponders, talk to your car, the tolls are automatic. You don't even have to stop, barely have to even slow down. You're on your way. Anymore, I don't see much for lines at the toll booths. A lot of times, traffic is moving right along. You just get in the lane for Easy Pass or whatever, and off you go. It's not a big deal today, but it used to be. And so I still keep that little change container in my car. I guess just in case I think I'm going to run into a toll booth that has the basket and you need some change. But I don't think that's going to happen, not in today's world. But that's it for this meal. So until the next time, take care of yourself, and I'll see you later.